What's happening, Wargamers? Welcome to a Meditations on Star Wars Shatterpoint battle reports for our latest one. And this one was an interesting one. The first struggle was very, very even for quite a bit of it, and then things just started steamrolling. And Alex, your Mandalorians just were hyper efficient today, man.
Oh, they got work done.
They did. I failed to take them out a whole bunch. You healed up Maul with Luminara very early on.
That felt so good.
That felt dirty. So dirty.
Going from, he was, I think, disarmed and pinned, and he had one health left, and I went, none of that
it does the conditions as well. That's rude. For 2 Force, that is absurd. But it is what it is. I mean, like, you know what though, that wasn't even the game-winning move right there. Like you had your dice were very efficient, your Mandos were getting work done, and your choicing on where to do things was right on point. So yeah, like you just ran a very tight game there. Yeah, and did very well. And I kept realizing throughout a bunch of this game that I was spending Force way too fast.
You ran out of Force fairly quickly, and you didn't really have a consistent way to get it back.
No, unfortunately not. Like looking back at it, like I wonder what I don't know where I really could have done differently. I thought Luke was going to be able to hold this point a lot better than he did. I thought Lando and Baj, like I had so much over here and they just could not hold the friggin' point. Yeah,
a lot of shoves over here kind of kept you back. When Luke landed there, it was pretty scary for a bit, but Luminara, just being Luminara,
she showed up today.
Yeah,
like you had some really solid dice with her, even forgetting her identity quite a bit. Like she still got a lot of work done.
Listen, I'm trying, all right. Yeah, trying to remember.
I mean, let's just take a look at the attrition boards here. So like 2 wounds, wound, another wound over there. Meanwhile, on you, I see like 1 wound, and I got the Clan Kreese over there as well.
Yes, you got 2 of them down.
Like that was it. My attrition was not showing up today.
The defense die on the Mandalorians was on point. Darth Maul taking almost 2 full wounds worth of damage.
Yeah.
And only getting wounded once because of that full recover.
Yeah. No, it was excellent. Like you saw that, I did not, and it was just that was demoralizing right there.
The shove being like, wait a minute, can I pull this off?
I was a little disappointed with the Wolfpack in this game. I don't feel like they really did a whole lot for me. I think they needed more synergy.
I agree. I feel like in a more Republic-centric list, they can do some real solid work with like Rox helping them out.
Just anyone like Kenobi or Mace Windu or something like that.
I feel like they would do very, very well with Kenobi. I know they don't have the defensive maneuvers to give them hunker, but being able to keep hunker in combat would do very well for a unit like them that really wants to be in melee.
Yeah, and that could just be the nature of this particular matchup. They didn't really have a lot of synergy, so they didn't really show up. Now, early on, there was that one moment where I decided to shoot into Maul instead of climbing up and then punching him, which I should have done because that would have added an extra cumulative of 4 dice.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, I missed that. I remembered it later on, but I missed it. And that actually could have been the difference between Maul getting full recovered or not.
It would have been a big changer, yeah.
Yeah, I could have punched in an extra bit of damage and did some cool stuff there, but it is what it is. Trying to learn a bunch of things. I also got to say, like, Lando and R2 unfortunately didn't really do a whole lot for me in this game either, which is kind of unfortunate.
I feel like they have a lot of potential to be a very mobile unit, but I don't know if this game really supports that playstyle as much because the objectives are pretty static.
Yeah, I mean, maybe on Sabotage Showdown, they would have performed a little bit better, but on Shifting Priorities, it didn't really feel like they were really performing where they could have. Yeah. It also doesn't help that Maul basically just like went after them like a
Maul being Maul.
And that's the thing. Like they're a 7 stamina support unit. Like Maul's just gonna eat them for lunch, right? And that's exactly what you did. And it was kind of rough. I did kind of like Bausch.
Bausch did work.
She did good. She did some work. I would have like some earlier draws of her would have been really nice. Because I think she sat around a little bit too long, not really doing much of anything. But when she did activate, I liked what she did. I liked Low Blow. That felt really good.
Oh, yes.
I would have loved to have Fearless and Inventive as well, but I didn't really need it in that particular instance because I only needed the 1 damage. But yeah, Bausch and Luke actually felt really good.
They did.
I enjoyed them quite a bit there. But yeah, I got to say, though, in the end, I was not able to overcome just the efficiency of your Mandos.
Yeah, I didn't. I had heard before that spamming all the Mandos was very good, and I'm like, I just really like Mandalorians. I want to bring these
Yeah.
cool armored people, and now I really see why they're so good and oppressive.
They are good, yeah, and especially when you start getting the synergies, like when you get the protection and steadfast. Like you had so many instances where I just could not shove you.
Yep.
And that was just rough. Because there were so many instances where it's like, if I can just shove you off, this is perfect. But I just was not able to do that, and as a result, you shut down my ability to mess with your placements.
Yep.
Which was huge.
And they have a ton. Like even if getting jetpack on everybody, and also that's a focus if they land in the right place. It's just so good.
And in your move action to get that free focus, yeah. No, it's really solid here.
Yeah, they have some very good economy on their actions.
Yeah, definitely no argument about that.
Yeah.
So, no, it's very good. The more we use Luminara, the more I'm really liking her.
Yes, I love her so much.
And honestly, I think if you had been remembering her affiliate, like her identity, I think you probably would have dominated the game just a little bit more as well. So I think like this game was, after the first struggle, I think this game was very firmly like going your way. Especially like once you pulled that third struggle, she's like, "Yep, across the board, I score everything. Have a nice day."
That's it.
Yep, nothing I can do about that. Like even if I had managed to take that thing off the Super Commando, I mean, your next activation, you probably scored at least 3, if not 4 points.
Next one was Luminara.
So
or she could have reserved it and gotten the
Clan
Kreese, at which point they wake up, they choose violence, they take some points.
Yeah, like I think the final struggle was very much in favor. Like too many of my guys were off the center line and not starting off with any of it from me really hurt in that regard. And you pulling Bo-Katan, which basically just said, "Yep, your Super Commando gets up there." It was good. I mean, it was one of those games where your decisions were being backed up by the card draws really nicely, and then your defense dice were just on point.
Yes.
You weren't rolling like insane defense dice. It's just you kept getting that extra little bit through, and you shut down pretty much anything of mine that wasn't a crit.
Beskar armor is great. Turns out.
Who would have thought? It's really good. So just all in all, like everything kind of really worked for you. Your plan came together, and you did really nicely. And unfortunately, like I had to crawl back a couple times, and I wasn't just quite able to get into it. And I think a lot of that comes down to I didn't use Wolf in the Wolf Pack well.
I feel like they have a place in maybe a different list.
Yes.
Like we said before, using Rex, using Kenobi.
Yeah, there's a lot that can be done there. I had no synergy with them, and unfortunately, I don't think I was using them well enough. And I think that's kind of what it comes down to. I made some misplays early on, and then unfortunately some of my dice didn't really kind of go through with what I needed, and unfortunately it put me in a position where it's like, well, that's a hole that I got to climb out of.
Yeah.
So, but it is what it is. Alex, as always, man, great game. Had a lot of fun with this one.
Great game.
And we're gonna try and get another one in as soon as those Ewoks get painted.
Let's go.
Yeah. All right.
Nub.
So anyway, leave your comments below. Let us know what you like, didn't like, all that sort of great stuff, and we will see you next time. Happy wargaming.